So you guys kind of got a taste of what Toastmasters from President Anthony, and I'm going to kind of give you the details of what entails our weekly meetings. Because it's quite structured, but you know, that structure does bring us peace of mind every time we meet. But we are just having technical difficulties. I mean, it was flickering, and now it's not even coming on.
Good.
Thanks for waiting, guys. I hope you don't start your time.
Temporary recess until the speech starts.
It's coming.
Yeah. Are the cables loose?
That's what I
Yeah,
think.
it's-
We were testing the power cable earlier, but what about the video cable itself?
Yeah, it's still doing that, huh? Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna mix that.
Mix it? Is it working? Nah, this thing's busted. They look made in China.
Or not.
Nah, that thing's screwy.
We just,
You might say it's toast.
Yeah, it's toast.
I guess we've quite mastered the ability to do that, right?
Okay, so at the same time, I'm killing two birds with one stone. I'm also doing my second speech, and the second speech is all about organization. So I'm going to tell you, what we do as a Toastmaster at our weekly meetings. How can you guys benefit from being a Toastmaster? The different types of rules, which was briefly kind of went over at the beginning, but I'll kind of give you a little bit more in-depth view of what we do, and participation in your investment. Because as a business major, it's all about, a positive return on your investment. So what do? Like Anthony said, we do speeches and presentations that help us become effective communicators and leaders. Weekly interactive meetings, so that means every single one of you can participate in our meetings. It doesn't matter, you don't have to be a member, you can be a guest. Anybody can participate. We have a non-member who's actually going to be an evaluator tonight. So that just shows that this is really kind of an interactive community that we have here. Impromptu speaking, which is table topics. This will test your impromptu speaking. How fast can you think of like an answer to a question just like that? And that, helps with interview skills, leadership abilities, just general public speaking. Evaluation of peers. A lot of the things that I'm kind of hitting on, Anthony talked about, but listening is super key in evaluating another person. Participation in there's opportunities to be an officer. So once you're a member, you can become an officer, and that's VP of Education, Treasurer, President. And the more you participate, the faster you grow. So the more you really delve in and participate in table topics, being an evaluator, the faster you'll see your progress. And not only we have affordable dues compared to other clubs on campus. $50 is like the minimum for many clubs, and $50 is the most as our membership fees. So roles. We have the all-counter / grammarian. So I guess in certain clubs they kind of have different roles that each play, but at Sac State we have kind of the all-counter and grammarian lumped together. So they know keywords like so, double clutches. So basically throughout the meeting they'll count all the speakers, all the table topics, all the participants, their double clutches and the ums, etc. Because those really dumb down your communication skills while you're up here. You want to try to avoid those as much as possible. The evaluators, so depending on how many speeches there are just as many evaluators. Those evaluators evaluate the speech givers, which is both written and verbal. Everyone who becomes a member, they get a manual, and in that manual is the different types of speeches that you'll do. And on the day of your speech, you will give your manual to your evaluator, and they will evaluate in your manual, and then during the evaluator's time period, they'll come up here and verbally say what you can improve on it. We like to call it the sandwich technique. Jordan was talking about that with John just now, because he's going to be evaluating me. Toastmaster. So basically, it's the MC. It's the master of the ceremony. He kind of runs the meeting. He makes sure it goes through smoothly, smooth transitions, and he always kind of refers to, he's the in-between between all the roles. Joke master. Depending on the club, we have a joke master, and at the beginning, it just kind of break the ice. We say, you know, a funny story, a joke. Joey's always really good at that. And last but not least, we have the pledge master, which is kind of also the jobs of sergeant of arms, but basically they lead the Pledge of Allegiance, and they also read the mission statement if another member isn't going to read it. All right. Participation and investment. So like I said, anybody can participate. We encourage, you know, non-members to become members. That way, you know, you get those manuals. The key thing, I think, to growing, you know, as fast as you can is having that manual to kind of outline the type of speeches that you guys get to give. The first speech is the icebreaker, so it kind of gives a little, you know, dip your feet into who you are, and that's what the icebreaker is. Essentially, you're up here talking about yourself, telling your audience, you know, a little about yourself, so we know who you are, and you know, can kind of identify with you. So that's really important to be, you know, become a member and get those manuals, because that really propels you forward in kind of your Toastmaster journey career. Because after Toastmasters, it's not just Toastmasters. There's aerial conferences. You get to become a DTM, which is, you know, they become keynote speakers, you know, worldwide. And the biggest thing is your investment in yourself. I think Anthony hit this a lot, but basically you're investing in yourself, and you're your biggest asset. If you can effectively communicate with others, with your bosses, with your employers, with your fellow employees, they like you better. They, you know, think you obviously have better leadership skills because you can communicate your thoughts in a way that people can understand, which is extremely important at this day and age. Also, I think the environment that we have here at Sac State is super positive. We don't, the evaluating part of it can be kind of intimidating at first, but you know, we do it in a way that's all constructive, and we really help through the mentorship program that helps with that. And in case you forgot, I'm going to kind of reiterate what my speech was about. I talked about what we do in Toastmasters, how you guys can benefit, Toastmaster roles, and how to participate and become a member. So I hope you guys become a member. Talk to Jordan, he's our VP of Education. And I hope this was an informative speech for you all. And thank you very much.